Altered. There is magic in the mundane, bliss in the banal. The day is your dharma. I'm your host, Amaryllis, Ayurvedic health counselor, yogini, and Akashic Records reader, and this is your life, Altered. Hey, and welcome back, everybody. So these episodes 4, 5 are a little bit delayed. This is episode 5, and it's the Akashic Sunday session. This was supposed to come out last Sunday or Monday, depending on where you live, on Monday, February 8th. And it's the channeled message from the Akashic Record for this audience for the week of February 8th, for that week, the next couple of weeks. But because I had some tech issues with my podcast host, some audio issues that meant that, and basically the episode I recorded, number 4, had terrible audio, and they tried to fix it and we went back and forth for a while. Finally, I just said, nope, this isn't working. Refund my money. I'm just going to do this myself. So I got into GarageBand and I'm figuring out how to do all the things on my own. So there was about a little over 2-week delay. Episode 4 is now out, and this is episode 5, and it's, as I said, the Akashic Sunday session. For those who aren't familiar with the Akashic Sunday session, I used to do it on IGTV, and I would go into the Akashic Records, channel a message for the audience of the Akashic Sunday sessions, close it out, take some time to process it, then do an IGTV video with it. And I also drew a tarot card when I was in the Akashic Records that would also help communicate and convey the message for the week, the weeks, whatever the message was. I'm no longer doing it on IGTV. It's folded into the podcast now. So there's one that was from a couple of weeks ago. And every other week, you can expect that the Akashic Sunday session, the new message will be out and part of the podcast. I'm going to keep this episode short, sweet, and simple, though I do want to note one difference. Before, when I was doing the IGTV Sunday sessions, I would always go into the records and channel the message and record it on my voice memo. I've always felt self-conscious about how I channel because I hear and I speak, but sometimes it means that my voice is a little different. Sometimes it means that I stumble over words or slur words just as it's coming through and I'm trying to keep up. So I would always record it, process it, and then communicate it in the IGTV video. But I decided for this, I'm going to start, because it's a podcast, I'd rather just directly do the audio. So the message that you're hearing today is me as it was, as I channeled it in the records. It's not me processing it and then saying it. It is me in the records, channeling it exactly as it was coming through. I'm going to be doing this moving forward. It feels like a vulnerable step for me, but I get that it's probably just in my head. It might be a little bit different. You might hear a slight voice difference, or that I do stumble or mess up words or something like this. But it's not really that big of a deal. I'm just making it a bigger deal in my own head. So I'm putting it out there. And just wanted to give you a heads up that if you hear the difference, then that is why. But I think it's a more authentic way of delivering the message, is if you just hear it exactly as I channel it. And then at the end, I also do the the tarot card drawing. So thank you so much for listening. If you've been listening to these episodes and enjoying this podcast, please share with a friend, please share it on social media, write a review, or leave a rating. There is a blind spot. There's a blind spot, something that is unwilling to see, something you're unwilling to look at, something you're in denial that is even there. It is a blind spot, and this is preventing forward movement in the direction which you would like to go. I'm seeing this darkness on the right side being the masculine, the action, the forward movement in the world. If you are finding that you're having a hard time moving forward, not in the little ways, not in the tiny ways and doing the little things and stepping out of the lethargy, but if you're having trouble stepping forward in the ways that you truly feel are aligned with you, there's something that you're unwilling to look at, that you pretend isn't there. Perhaps you've pretended that it isn't there for so long, you forgot that it's even there. It's still there. What is it that you're not wanting to look at? What is it that you're not wanting to take care of? It's keeping you from moving forward. You'll need to transform this darkness into light so that then you can move forward at the speed of light, not so much your body, but your energy body, the heart. I'm seeing it as a patch. It's almost like I have a patch over my right eye. If I were to look out and around, I know that there's one side that isn't seeing. And if I close my other eye, I can see, oh, there's darkness there. This doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to amass the courage. You simply turn around as if someone tapped you on the shoulder and you said, oh, who's that? And you turn around to look. It can be as easeful as this. The mind doesn't have to make it out into this extraordinary event. It doesn't have to attach the mental drama to it. It can simply say, oh, there's something there. Like wiping a spot clean from the window. As easeful as this. It doesn't have to feel life-ending, because truth is, it's life-giving. It is easeful, it is bright, and it is life-giving. It simply needs to be acknowledged. Turn around, say hello, acknowledge what is there, what has been in the shadow, what has been in the dark. And you will find yourself moving forward at the speed of light. A blast from the heart, catapulting you into new places, new spaces, in chambers of the heart that perhaps have not been felt in a long time. And the card pulled from the Motherpeace Tarot for this reading for February the 8th, the Six of Discs. Hey, I'm back and I am out of the records. I wanted to let you know about the tarot card drawing, the Six of Discs, or traditionally in other tarot card decks, it may be coins or pentacles, but because I'm using the Motherpeace Tarot, this is discs. First, I'll describe the image to you. And as an FYI, I have images of these up on Instagram stories. If you miss it as it's up on Instagram in the stories because they expire, you can look just below it and you'll see the saved stories, and it'll be under podcasts. You'll see the Six of Discs. I'll have the date on there so that you can easily reference the tarot card image with the Akashic Sunday session reading. This image is of a woman laying on her belly, face down, and it looks to be that she's on the earth, but she has a blanket over her as if she was receiving a massage. There's a woman kneeling beside her who is laying on hands to the woman on the ground as if maybe a massage, but my guess is it's more energy work, healing touch, that there's a connection going between the both of them, that perhaps the woman on the ground is, or I should say, the person on the ground is receiving the healing, but also that the person who's giving the healing is also receiving. There's an exchange. And there's 3 discs below the person on the ground. There's 3 discs above the person kneeling. I see this as the equal exchange of energy, giving and taking in and out equally, that there's a balance. Discs symbolize earth energy, These are the earthly things, the physical things, the what we could look around and see manifest in our world. And I'm reading this to go with the message to say that the blind spot that we currently have is limiting our balance of giving and receiving, taking and sharing. We're either giving too much or too little. And as you look into this blind spot, this dark patch, that more balanced reciprocal flow will come into your life, particularly with physical things in your world, in your quote unquote reality. Okay, let me know any thoughts on Instagram. You can DM me, email me. Let me know how this lands for you. That's the Akashic Sunday session for this week. Be well, and I will connect with you again soon. Much love. Remember that spirit guides but never decides. How will you choose this hour, this day, this week at the altar of your life? Thank you so much for listening. If you feel called, subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, and share it. Also, connect with me and discover more on Instagram at Amaryllis_Fernandez. Until next time.